Hello, Facebook. Happy Wednesday.
Hey, guys.
If you're tuning in, come and say hi. Don't be shy. Show us some love. We have two special guests today, guys. You don't want to miss this.
Guys, if you can hear us, type 10. So
Please let us know.
You can hear us clearly.
If you're watching this live, hit 1. If you're watching the replay, hit 2.
Okay, so if you can hear us, type 10, just to make sure that you can hear us good.
Hey, Jennifer. How are you?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so today we have a pleasure to interview our friends and mentors who have more than 8 years of experience in network marketing, successful entrepreneurs, and powerful couple, Nancy and Enrique. And let me add them to our chat.
Hi, Enrique. Woo! Guys, come and say hi. Don't be shy. Show us some love. Here, my love. Here. Here. And then add.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he disappeared.
Yes. Oh, he disappeared.
Enrique.
Yes. Let me see. Oh, Nancy. Just give us 1 second, guys. Technology, your best friend. Okay. Enrique.
Hey,
Oh, hey!
Oh,
Awesome.
How are you?
good morning.
Good morning.
Beautiful Wednesday.
Yes.
How's your morning?
Amazing. Yeah, we're just getting younger every day, so it's all good.
Right? Yeah. So, guys, we wanted to ask you a few questions, and I would love to start with the first one. I know that both of you used to have regular jobs before, and what decision, like, why did you guys decide to join network marketing companies and leave your regular jobs?
You want to
Great.
start?
You start. You
I'll
got
start.
a good story.
All right. Well, yeah, I did. I was in the corporate world in my 20s. I was a web designer and a graphic designer.
Ooh.
Loved all that stuff in the creative field, but making great money. Back when, in the dinosaur ages where you had to program everything by yourself. There was no programs there out for you. But then I was a stay-at-home mom for 14 years, guys. So I raised my kids. I love that traditional household, taking care of the girls. And then unfortunately, I found myself a single mom. So I had to go back in the workforce. And I did get a job, but I was being paid hourly, right? And an hourly rate that really wasn't up to the standard of even what I was making in my first job. So I figure, okay, most people get a corporate job and they work for 40 years, and, for 40 hours a week, and they retire at 40% of their pay. And that's about as good as it gets for most people. And so if I was going to be doing that now in midlife, where would that leave me when I'm 80, 90 years old, right? So I did see a friend of mine posting on Facebook. I was like, okay, it looks like she's a teacher. What's she doing? She's making money. And that's really how I fell into it. I'm like, I'm an open person. There's all kinds of ways to make money in the world. And I thought, well, she's doing it. Why would about me? That's how I got into network marketing the first time. So coming out of 14 years of not working at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Enrique?
Yeah, for me, my story is a little different. I was in corporate America for 15 years. And I realized, this was not going to be the path to gain wealth and time freedom, right? I was never going to be able to become a big earner or a CEO of a company. I didn't have the education. I didn't have all of that. And my income was capped, but they always, they expected me to work harder and harder and harder for the same pay, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to be stuck here and have someone else control all aspects of my life. So I decided to quit my job. I became an entrepreneur. I bought a small business, a dry cleaner business in Austin, Texas. And that was my first real experience of being a small business owner. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be rich. This is going to be easy. We're going to do this. And then I realized, oh no, what did I get myself into? This is really hard. I'm working more hours. I'm making more money, but everything falls on my shoulders, right? All the weight is on me. And, time away from my son, time away from all my family and friends. And I didn't have a great quality of life. I was always working. I was building something for myself, but it felt like the business owned me, and I didn't want to go down that road either. I want to enjoy life. Time is limited here on life. I want to be able to make money and go create new experiences and travel the world and do all of that. And that's when network marketing got introduced to me. And then I had to really take a good look at it. I was always kind of a skeptic about it. I've always heard all these things, but I was at a point in my life where, hey, let's just try it out, because if it does work, I can get my life back. I can make all the money that I want, and I can get time freedom. So I jumped in, and I treated it like a business. I didn't come in to play around. I didn't come in to dabble and make $500 a month. I came in I want to make this a full-time career. So I did that. Within 2 years, I was making enough money where I was able to sell my business, and I jumped into network marketing full-time. 6 years later, here it's the best career decision I've ever made, best career move, and it's completely changed my life. It's opened up my mind to so many more things and possibilities, and I tell people, I say, hey, I'm unemployable. I could never go work for somebody else ever again, knowing the knowledge that I know now of what this industry provides. So that's kind of my story and how I got into network marketing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and one of the things that actually, when I think about regular job, like I don't mind when people work at the regular job as long as they're happy. But personally, to me, what always scared me, like it's basically not to have freedom, like when you want to go to travel somewhere and that you have to go to your boss and ask for vacation or
for a raise 25
or something
cents
else.
every year.
It's just like for me, like I always was thinking about that, and like it really helped me to go forward and pushing the business. So like that's one of the things that freedom is very important.
I'm so with you on that.
And if you start to take a look at the landscape of the world and what's going on, unless you're very wealthy or own your own company or doing something to create a large revenue of income, or if you're working for a 9 to 5, your retirement's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
If you start taking a look at the way Social Security is going, it's probably not going to be around. 401k, retiring off 40% of your income is not going to be enough with inflation and the cost and the rise of the cost of living and everything. In 30, 40 years, $1 million is not going to be enough to retire on, right? You're going to have a substantial amount of income coming in, investments, residual income, and that's why this business model is on the up, right? Everybody, if you've looked, just in the last 5 to 10 years in network marketing, it's doubled, right? The amount of people doing network marketing has doubled. Why? People are starting to pay attention to the trends, to the marketplaces, and seeing, oh man, this is the new way to do business, right? Traditional business is not what it used to be. Brick and mortar is not what it used to be. And now all the big retailers, you look like Amazon is the biggest retailer in the world, and they don't own one brick and mortar store, right? They do everything online. So, and Walmart is starting to follow suit now. They're not opening up any more stores. They're doing everything online. So, it's just people are starting to get educated, starting to pay attention to the marketplace and seeing how business is being done. And network marketing just makes sense in this day and age.
That's that. I 100% agree. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, I know that both of you were in different network marketing companies before. So why did you decide to switch and, go with the SEO?
Yeah. Well, there's so many reasons, but, the truth of it is, in order to reap the benefits of a true network marketing business, you really want to be doing true network marketing business, right? And a lot of the way it's being taught in the industry, 95% of people are doing it a way that isn't really promoting that growth towards a passive income. That's what I want. Otherwise I can just go and get a job selling stuff, right? But I want to be able to learn how to create a global distribution team, become a leader, create leaders on my team in order to have my 1 hour working, duplicate 500 times, 5,000 times, right? Where I only have 24 hours a day to work. I can't possibly work that. I work hard, but I can't possibly work that much in order to create the kind of income that I want to break free of the 95%, right? Let's face it, most of us are in the 95%. Network marketing is that one vehicle that allows you, if it's done right, most of the time it's not, if it's done right, to break free from that and to the other quadrant of wealth. That's where we want to be. Now, a lot of people come into network marketing to make the few extra $100 a month, which is honorable too, because you're helping a lot of families that couldn't find another way to make that 500. They'd have to leave their home and be at another job and make that 500. Well, they can make it from their phones, and that's an amazing thing too. So I'm not putting that down in any way. I think that's amazing that people can sell from their phones and make the extra payment for their car, or pay off their mortgage sooner, or even, help themselves out of a foreclosure. But what we're here for in this company, and the reason why I switched to Viseo, is it has all the components in place in order for me to feel safe putting in the work now to grow a business where I know it's going to pay me, not just me for decades to come, but generations to come in my family. It's actually going to change the course of my lineage, right? Of my kids and their kids.
Correct.
And that's what a true network marketing business, like the one we're in right now, there are very few of them that are destined to go that way. Most of these thousands and thousands of companies come and go, right? And that's fine. You can jump on that, make a good amount of money, leave, go to the next thing. That's not what we're here for. We're here to build a solid foundation with true leadership, truly disruptive products, a company that's here to stay. That's, Dallin Larson came out of retirement, so he wouldn't bury his gifts in order to bless a million lives, financially, physically, and to bless the kids in Africa that don't have clean drinking water. it's the most honorable company I've been a part of. And I feel really blessed because, I'm living in this decade. I'm able to monopolize on that opportunity. There's an amazing leader that's come out of retirement to create an opportunity when I can walk in, buy a product pack, and literally run a global business from my phone.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yes.
I actually wanted to add about the vision of the company, because I remember when we were talking with Enrique and he told us more about the company, and we heard that, they deliver the clear water to Africa and, other countries over there. I immediately started thinking about Miguel's vision, because a few months ago he was writing his vision on the paper, and he was writing, to deliver clear water to
Clean water.
Clean water.
Food.
To different countries. And I was like, wow, this is crazy, And then after a few months, it just came up, this opportunity came up, and I was like, okay, it means something.
That's great.
It cannot be just a coincidence. So that was one of the reasons why we jumped, and the other reason was education. So I wanted to ask you guys, there are a lot of network marketing companies in the market, but what makes us different, especially our team?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So, to piggyback on the question you asked Nancy first, and then I'll get into that. The reason I came here to Viseo was specifically for what we're about to get into, the education and the mentorship, right? Viseo is an amazing company. The products are amazing. The cause is amazing. Everything's about it. But without education and without mentorship, it's just another network marketing company, right? So when I met, Rick Gutman, and he told me, how he runs business, how he approaches network marketing, I related to it a lot, because I was an ex small business owner, and I could relate to the entrepreneur mindset, the business mindset. And it's just not another company where we're out there, hey, just buy my product, join my team, ground floor opportunity. All the hype that you hear out there in the industry that everybody uses makes everybody sound the same, right? So you have to distinguish yourself from the marketplace, from all the other companies. And there's one thing that always, hands down, reigns true: education, skill set, mentorship. Those things will always outlive all the hype, right? Because skill set you can use in any part of your life. Mentorship you learn, you can use all those things in all areas of your life. It'll always beat the hype, right? So when you bring real value to the table, real education, real mentorship, where people are learning and growing, and their businesses are starting to do the same, starting to grow, their paycheck increases every week, every month. Now you're providing something tangible, something that people can hold on to and benefit from and grow from. That's just not hype. That's actual. That's an actual thing that's happening, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what brought me here, because that's what I was lacking in my previous company. I had the work ethic. I had the drive. I wanted to be successful. I just didn't have the right tools and the right mentor to teach me how to do that. So here, that's why we're here, and that's what separates us from everybody else in the industry. We don't lead with the hype. We lead with financial education, business, business principles, business acumen, and we educate people on the nuts and bolts of this industry, of what's available, right? Kind of the stuff we talked about in the beginning: creating a passive income, a real passive income, creating duplication within our team, educating people, building leadership, right? Build the person builds the business. We 100% believe in that, and that's what we're doing here. So that's really the education platform in the business school separates us from everybody else in the industry. We're speaking a different language. We sound different. We look different, and we're approaching this industry in a way that no one's ever done before.
Yeah, that's definitely, education is power.
When you apply it, it's even better. Yes, yeah. You have to become the book. Just don't read the book.
Yeah,
exactly.
So let me make a point on that. I'll speak on that real quick. Like in my previous company, they would say, do more personal development, read more books, do this, do that. You can do that all day long. That's great. I love personal development. But if you're not actively taking what you learn and turning that into action and going out to the marketplace and taking action and trying it out and then adjusting and then seeing what works, you can do as much personal development as you want. It'll never work for you unless you go apply it. So here, that's exactly what we're doing, right? We're learning the business skill set, then we're going out, we're applying it, we're figuring it out, we're taking action, we're growing every single day. And the only way to truly do that is by following in the footsteps of somebody who's already done it, right? Rick Gutman, who's a 12-year industry veteran here in network marketing, who's been a 7-figure earner all 12 or 13 years in the industry. That guy knows every pitfall. He knows everything that's
ahead of us.
Yeah, everything that's ahead of us, every single thing that happens in this industry when you're building a team, when you're building globally, when you're doing, he has all those things covered. So to learn from somebody who's been there and done that, that's true mentorship, right? Mm-hmm. And you can't learn it all from a book. You have to lock arms with somebody who's been there and done it and can show you the roadmap to get there. So that's a key thing that I've never had before in this industry. So I think that's why we've been able to move a little bit faster than usual than our previous company, because we do have that high level mentorship guiding us, telling us exactly what we need to do, how things are going to go. And it's made the road to success a little bit smoother for us.
Yeah, it's not even about going fast. It's the good feeling that I have about it, as we are establishing leadership already within a year on our team, right? So it's not about massively recruiting. It's about selectively recruiting with the higher level skills that we are attaining, and then having those people come up as leaders because of Brick's program. Because if you don't have leaders in place, you don't have a sustainable business. You have a business that you have to grow over and over again. Well, guess what? That's exhausting. I would
Yes.
much rather go and get a job that pays benefits and a salary, and I come home, put my feet up, and drink a beer, watch football. No.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if you're really going into the entrepreneurship path, you need to figure out a way where all that work you're putting in is going to pay you for years to come. Put in the work now, get paid forever.
Yes.
That's what Rick teaches.
Absolutely. The vision that we have, the vision that that company has, it's amazing. It's
And with all that hype that is going around on the internet right now, with the network marketing companies, so it's just people basically tell you, go and enroll, I don't know, hundreds of friends and family, just go enroll. And but the thing is, it's not even about quantity; it's about the quality of people.
I agree.
So, and that's what Overcam Nation. That's what they teach us, how to do it, not just go and enroll whatever, whoever. It has to be people who actually who want to change something in their life, because otherwise why you come here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's one thing. There is a tried and true way that people have done network marketing for decades that's worked. It's just recruit the masses and then the right people emerge, right? But what if there's a better way, which is what we're doing, which is, it's much easier to bring on 10 people and then 3 of those emerge as leaders than bring on 100 people, try to drag everyone through it. And even after that, you still had to recruit one more to find a leader. So, we didn't come in as millionaires. We didn't have a millionaire skill set. So we have to develop that skill set. And if there's no one to show us who's already been there and done that, not just in network marketing, he's done it in other industries. And I think that's very valuable. He's been very successful in other industries. So he speaks a very high level of business. He's able to teach us things that as a stay-at-home mom, I could have never learned, right? Within a year, everything's changed for me in terms of how I recruit, the kind of team I have, the kind of leadership I provide. This is something you can't learn by yourself. You have to have the mentorship. And most people pay good money for that. Rick provides it to us for free. And I think
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
We're lucky.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Yeah. We often say something to people like, hey, if you're interested in growing, great, join our team. We provide the platform for all of that. Even if you never made $1 and you bought a pack and you got amazing products that change your health and your life, just the mentorship alone that you're receiving,
huge.
Rick Gutman paid $500,000 of mentorship from Robert Kiyosaki, Sharon Lecter, the financial giants in the world who he's worked with. He's paid a lot of money for that high level mentorship. So even if you came in and never made $1 in this business, the level of mentorship and education you would be receiving for free in the right hands is worth millions of dollars, right? So just for that education alone, you're getting more than anything you'd ever be able to pay for. So
True.
It's just, and so imagine that. So if you come in here and you're motivated and you want to grow and you want to build a business and you have that high level mentorships, our business school, then you're really putting yourself in position to win and win big. So that's, education is key, man. It comes down to it. Education and mentorship are the key.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Definitely. And so I just wanted to ask you the last question that I have. What would you tell people who want to try network marketing, but they're kind of, scared or skeptical, or maybe they're scared to fail, and they think that maybe it's not going to work? What would you suggest? What would you tell them?
It's not going to work if you don't try it. So it's already not going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just do it.
Yeah.
That's my attitude anyway. If you don't join, it's not going to work anyway. So you just proved that already. So let's get that out of the way. But, what if it did? And the thing is, what does work mean? What does it work to mean? Well, the products work, so maybe you're going to feel better, right? Number 2, you'll make a little bit of money. Like how the categories that we address in our health and wellness, and they're disruptive on the market, and they actually work and they absorb. So you know, if you're a helpful person and see, I've seen the movie, I love this movie. Hey, you guys, you got to go see this movie. Well, if I have a friend that can't sleep at night and I have a bottle of something here that can change their life, you don't think I'm going to recommend it to them? So, you know, that you're going to make a little bit of money. So that's a little bit of money you didn't make before, you know, and there's an opportunity to make a lot of money. So I don't see anything to be skeptical about. You have a good answer for that? I mean,
well, I mean, here's the picture that I would paint for them. I would say, okay, are you happy currently doing what you're doing right now? Is your 9 to 5 your passion? Is your small business that you own your passion? Are you getting everything out of life that you want? If so, you don't need network marketing. But if you were like me, who was in a job that I could not stand, I knew I was not being paid what I was worth, and I wanted more out of life, then why not bet on yourself and take a chance? Because if not, you know, living with regret, right? If you don't take chances in life, you're going to live with regret for the rest of your life, and you're going to say, I would have, I could have, I should have, but I didn't because I let fear or I let people, you know, speak into my life that had no business speaking into my life, right? And I let that hold me back. Do you want to be that person? If you're not happy currently doing what you're doing, you don't have a plan B to get out of that, then network marketing is something you should look into, because it can give you a way out, right? I've had plenty of friends that were miserable in their job, right? But they have to get a paycheck, they have to support their family and their kids, and they have bills to pay, so they have to settle for that job until they can do something else, right? And I would say, you know, don't go get another job, you know, another job that pays you a little bit extra money, you know, job just over broke, right? Just paying you enough to survive. Why not take control of your financial future and create your own income producing asset, right? An asset that produces passive income, right? That will continue to grow over time, right? You know, passive income, the definition is income without your active involvement, residual income, right? And that's what we have a chance to build here. So you'll never have to worry about, you know, money again, if that's your goal, right? So for us, our goal was to never have to go work for somebody else again, to have more time with our kids, to be able to travel, to take care of our parents, to, you know, be able to give back, right? To give our kids the best possible life that they can, right? The best schools and you know, send them to whatever they need, you know, to be able to have that, to be able to provide that for them and do all the things we want to do in life without somebody over us saying, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, you only make this amount of money. So we broke free from that. You know, we're creating that lifestyle here. And I encourage anyone who's felt that way before to at least take a look. It doesn't hurt to have a conversation and look into this, because it could be the thing that you're looking for, the thing that you're missing in your life that could really change. And I wouldn't always go by what you heard out there, right? Because there's so many people out there that hate on the industry, but they're not educated about the industry. They've never done it, or they did it wrong, and they learned from somebody who didn't know what they were doing, and they've totally blown it off. And so now they're out there telling you or your family or your friends not to do it. It's a big mistake. It's a scam. It's a pyramid. It's this, it's that, when they have no clue. And, you know, here's what I always relate it to is, if you want to become a professional football player or a football player, you go to a football coach, right? Somebody who has a track record of success in making football professionals, right? You wouldn't go to a soccer coach. You wouldn't go to a baseball coach, right? You would go to the football professional who has a track record for creating experts in football, right? So that's who you would go to. So why are people that are interested in network marketing going
to Uncle Joe,
going to somebody in their family, cousin, brother, sister, friend, Uncle Joe, that never had success in the industry or in business or in small business or in anything, and asking them for advice or taking their advice?
You know why? Because they're looking for an excuse not to make a change in their life. That's why.
That's right.
And so those are just excuses, and I'll have to add to that is, it's never a good time. It's never a good time to bust out of your everyday life. But if you don't do it now, a year later isn't a better time either. And in fact, life is going to get harder and harder. I have friends that are in their 20s and 30s that don't have kids yet. I'm like, it's a perfect time for you to do this, right? Because I know, because I've had my kids and now I know how it feels when you're 40 and you're more tired, right? And then you're like, oh, I got to build this now. I wish I'd built this in my 20s. If someone had come to me in my earlier life and presented me with this, I would have jumped on it and I would have done everything it took to get there, because you can do this in 3 to 5 years and set yourself completely free financially
For the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be one of those people that are going to say, I wish I had, you're going to be 80 years old, I wish I had, or are you going to say, I'm glad I did? I'm glad I did. That's what I want to be. I want to be, I'm glad I did on everything.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, and some people just don't have patience about network marketing. They have to realize that it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a few years in order for you to build something. To get that income that you desire to have. But they have patience to go to their job, and work there for 40 years. Like
to wake up early.
40 years,
Yeah, 3 to 5 years versus 40 years. You pick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like that. Entrepreneurs who have vision, people who have vision, not just sight for the day, vision for the long-term future.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurs, they're willing to work up front for little to no money for the big payoff at the end, right? So people with an employee mindset have a hard time understanding, well, I'm doing all this work up front now and I'm not getting paid 6 figures right away. It doesn't work. No, you got to lay the foundation down to build a long-term successful business. You have to lay down the foundation brick by brick by brick. A strong foundation will allow you to go a lot further, years down the road, and in this industry, right? Creating true passive income.
Just like no brick and mortar franchisee would expect to make a return on their investment in the first year.
No.
We do actually. I made my product pack back in 4 weeks. So that's amazing. That's already amazing. I just made all my money back.
Yeah, most brick and mortar businesses don't make a profit in between year 3 and 5, right? They're losing money or they're breaking even and they're not making any money until they get established for many, many years. Yep. Then they start raking in the money. It's the same thing with network marketing.
Except here you can earn as you go. So you can have your job and you can make a few hundred as you go, and then you can grow that exponentially. It's not like a job where you get a tiny increase every year and maybe another day off. This is where you can grow it exponentially, and that's what people don't quite understand. Yeah. And that's the power of the growth in network marketing.
Yeah, right.
Enrique, Nancy, oh my God, thank you so much for getting that time for this interview. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for being our friends and mentors. And Facebook,
guys. We love you too.
You're awesome.
If you have any questions or concerns, just shoot us a message. We're here to help you. We're here to show you the way.
To build the empire.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a great day.